So you did a little studying in UX design and found yourself drawn to the field. You're about to sign up for a course, but wait, UX design is a very broad term, and your 5-minute Google search on the subject may not be enough. This video will explain in more detail about all the roles in UX design and if any of them would be a good fit for you. UX design is a very broad spectrum, starting from interviewing people and researching the needs of users, taking all that data and trying to find a solution for all these people's problems, to finally crafting a prototype app using programs like Figma to make a high-fidelity concept. Now, it's most likely you won't be able to master all 3 major points in this field. The people who can do that are called unicorns. The name speaks for itself. In all honesty, you're probably going to fall into 3 categories: generalist, specialist, and T-shaped. Let's go through them one by one. Generalists are known to have a very basic level of everything in the UX world, but being one does come with its downsides. For instance, since your knowledge is so surface level, it's harder for you to do a thorough job in a project than if the company put a specialist to the task. However, that isn't saying you should avoid becoming one. Many supervisors are generalists, since they can understand what the team is doing at every stage of the design process. Now, specialists know just about everything they need to know about the field that they're working in. This is great for obvious reasons. You'll come across hiccups and gaps in your knowledge far less often than someone with just surface level knowledge. But being a specialist limits you to that specific field. If you were to get a job or project where you had to research a user demographic and all you knew was interaction design, you would fall to your hands and feet. Finally, T-shaped designers are a mix of both. The top part of the T represents a basic understanding of everything, while the lower part represents your vast knowledge in just one specific field. This is where I believe you would fall into. If you decide to do a course or go through a bootcamp, you'll be exposed to just about everything, but most likely you'll be attached to just one part of the process, and that's where your T-shape starts forming. Now let's talk about research. Research is a big part of the UX design process because, well, if you don't know the problems people are having, how can you expect to solve them? A UX researcher needs to understand people very thoroughly, just like a psychologist. They need to be able to empathize with the people they are interviewing and be able to understand their pain points. If this doesn't sound like you, then it may be time to turn around or look into interaction, graphic, and motion design. Since understanding people is such a big part of the UX design process, you can't create an experience for people if you don't know the people you're creating it for. The next part of this process is called wireframing and prototyping. Teams usually do this after researching and creating user stories to simplify the user needs. This is the part where you get hands-on with programs and sketching, then bringing it to life with a program like Figma. I say likely Figma, but most likely it's going to be Figma. That's like the most popular one. Now that is a very simplified way of describing that process, but it helps differentiate the 2 sides of the spectrum. And that about covers it. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it helped you more understand the process of UX design and help you choose if this is the right career for you. See ya!